This is my 2022 summary. This 2022 was the year everything changed for me. 2022 began with me in Mexico. I was drinking too much tequila, partying, and trying to have a good time. My buddy Chris and I, we had a good time when we reconnected, but we became a lot of trouble drinking the kind of tequila we did. The amount of tequila, I should say. When I just returned from Mexico in April 2022 to Canada, I had an incident with my now late friend Sasha. He's dead now. He OD'd in 2023. I talk about that in the 2023 review. But the day I got back, I had modafinil as a stimulant. I was drinking, and my friend Sasha asked if I could drive, which I did, and ruined his car. Whole story behind that. And when I was trying to figure out what to do with my life, I didn't have a vocation or anything, but I was learning coding in Mexico. So in April 2022, I continued learning coding. And the significant event that happened, I was communicating with this tech founder on Instagram, Renan, and in April 2022, he gave me an opportunity to invest in this tech company he was building. So I angel invested on credit. Right after that, I went to VCon with my friend David, met Gary V there, and met my buddy Kyle. We went to see Russ. Kyle bought me tickets to see Russ. So much good stuff that happened, and the bad stuff that happened in 2022, like Gary V and going to see Russ and all that was phenomenal. Then what started happening, this is more stuff at VCon, the Genesis event. This was my buddy Andre's girlfriend. She looks like Ariana Grande, which is significant because of my psychosis and my delusion with Ariana Grande in 2024. If you want to hear more about all of that, I talk about it in depth on my YouTube channel, Epicworld the Creator. This is VCon. What I'm trying to get to in this summary is what was very significant. So this was when I got told this investment that I had made in that guy's company had 39x'd. So I initially, at this point, believed I turned $3,000 into $100,000. And from that point in 2022, things spiraled from May all the way until August. I was on a high of life at the time, as people didn't know, but I was microdosing MDA as well as MDMA, which is like ecstasy. And so I had a substance thing going on. I released my song When the World Falls Apart with Holmesy. Go check it out on Spotify. So I went down to San Jose to ultimately be in the city for the sale of this company that I invested in. There was an opportunity to put even more money into the angel investment, so I was literally running to the bank and plugging in. I was taking money out on cash loans, and I took out $10,000 at a one of those loan companies, but I had 40% interest on it. I was like dead set this investment that it already had worked out, that I was just putting in more money in order for it to grow, basically printing money. I had zero money when I landed in San Francisco, and I was getting no phone calls. I didn't even have money for, like, I had $20. That's it. Literally $20. I was gonna go stay in a hostel, and then I was sitting beside this shipping the boat yard in San Francisco. This guy approached me, ended up letting me sleep on his boat. This was him sharing his food with me. This is the boats in San Francisco. I didn't have a place to sleep for 2 nights until I heard from the founder in San Francisco. This was me getting on the lift when I finally heard from him last minute. I literally slept in the hall secretly of a hotel prior to taking this photo at 4 a.m. And then finally I did meet with him. This is the first shot with Renan and I together. And his girlfriend at the time allegedly was in prison because she got pulled over for driving under the influence. So the first instance that we had together was going to Sacramento jail to get this girl out of jail. And then the following day, we just spent time by the pool. She was exhausted. We spent a couple of days just kind of going back and forth. He's from Brazil, and so speaks good English, but there wasn't as much communication as would be with a natural English-speaking individual. In San Jose, then, things turned for the worst. I initially planned on staying for a week, and then after a week, was told that there was problems with selling the company with the SEC, so I was like, bad, I'll just cancel my flight, and I'll wait until the company sells. These are pictures that I was taking for the Hollywood Bowl. after a month of being in San Jose, I started hitting a state of delusion. This is like July 3rd or 4th, and I literally felt, and in my mind, I was in this knowing state that I was in the kingdom of heaven. Like I somehow physically, literally, spiritually transitioned. So I was taking pictures of just like this elated, elevated mood. Something I later found out is a state of mania, but I had no idea what that is back then. I was drinking quite a bit of alcohol during that time. All the social media content I was consuming was like Matrix stuff. The founder at San Jose, he had this closet filled with blue and red pills. They were props, but to me, it just like it seemed like the world was literally manifesting everything as you pushed out. If you research transurfing or you research Neville Goddard content, that's what pops up with all of that. Was also documenting on this app at the time called Diary Spill. Don't know what happened to them now. I was like super convinced that my money was just on the other side of having this finalized. I was like, my ego took over in 2022. I'm like, y'all, I'm a millionaire. Law of attraction took me for a lot of, there was a lot of truth to it, but there was also, I wasn't asking questions of why the company is getting sold or not sold, it or evidence of its existence, even with the security of state or things like that. Back then, in 2022, I didn't have social communication skills to ask questions that are vital. And that led me to just sort of thinking that I could feel my way into the reality. Law of attraction states your feeling is the most important thing, right? And I was watching a lot of tarot card or law of attraction content on TikTok, and everything that would pop up. It's like, this is meant for you, right? God wants you to see this because your spirit team needs to know that sort of stuff. It led me into a dangerous place. Event happened where it was locked out of the apartment because something was happening with the girl in there in Renan, and so I ended up spending a month on the streets. I mean, this is not pictures of me on the streets yet. Let me fast forward to that. So started going more delusional. Got delusional. Figured I'm getting out of the matrix. Shaved my head. This is August 2022. Was sleeping outside the apartment complex. Like I was full blown Neo out of the Matrix, just like that. And then went to Los Angeles. My cat died on the day that I got baptized at the Saban Theater with Church Home. What ended up happening is I was walking on the streets of San Jose with no place to sleep or stay for 30 days ish and 30 nights. And then my parents came to San Francisco. They were looking for me. They were looking for me because I disappeared, because I was just walking on the streets and beginning to see reality as a dream. Like I was taking pictures of everything and seeing everything as a message. It was this beginning of psychosis. I was eating food out of the garbage can of Chick-fil-A. We'll do a 2022 part